Doodlers. Hello. What's up, Master? What's up, Gummy? How my doodlers? You guys are always so fast. You get here before I do, pretty much. How you guys doing on this fine Saturday? I'm gonna stream with the phone again today on TikTok. See the difference. I've given it a good solid chance with the software over there. So we're gonna do the phone today. Although Saturdays are kind of hit and miss. We gotta see. Cleaning! Yes, girl. I need to do that. Lord. Times 50? Ooh, we about to throw down. You just wait, mister. Great, great! That's what I like to hear. Did you guys sleep in today? You better have. Or I'm gonna be peeved. I better be furious. I'm doing pretty good. Can't complain. I got to sleep in today, so I'm a happy keeper. That's all I want out of life, is just to sleep in and cuddle with my cats, alright? I'm a simple lady with simple dreams. I think that's fair, you know? I just want to sleep in a little bit. Got up extra? What? You got up early just to spite me, Panda. I see what you're up to. No, why didn't you get to sleep in, Gummy? No. Are any of you guys like the early bird types? Or are you like the sleepy ladies like me? My boyfriend's an early bird, and I'm a sleepy lady. You're an early bird, Panda? Get out of here. No, I'm so jealous of people who are like that. I'm so, like, how great must it be to just, like, wake up at 7 in the morning and be like, oh, I'm so refreshed and life is wonderful. Like, no matter, and by the way, no matter how much sleep I get, I feel like a zombie. I'm like, I just want to die right now. Like, I don't get it. So you woke up early to clean? Is it just like a... Like, is it just like you clean on Saturdays? Or is there something gonna happen where you need to make it clean? Because that's some hardcore cleaning, waking up early for it. I don't think I've ever woken up early to clean. Tendrid! What's up, Tendrid? How you been? Alright, you should go live on TikTok, I suppose. I gotta watch the phone again. If you guys get over there, get ready for some bouncing, alright? I try my best not to bounce the phone, but the type of phone holder I have likes to jiggle around a little bit. What? What's that? It's oranges? Okay. Alright, appreciate the oranges. Alright, let me get this ready. We are gonna finish this lady today, alright? Come doodle or doodle water, alright? I don't know, maybe not, hopefully. My goal is to finish this today so we can move on, alright? I gotta start doodling some other stuff. It's gotta be done. You guys believe in me? You think I can do it? That's not right. Why you no give me the whole thing? Oh, I guess it is. Okay. Right? Oh, yeah. Yes, baby. What's next? Did you guys hear that? That was Ichi. She's a little bit of a yowler, her. Deep cleaning. My friend is driving from Oklahoma to give me... Oh, right. In anywhere from a week to 3 weeks. Mostly, yeah, I feel you on that. I feel you on that. I'd still sleep in now. I'd rather stay up late cleaning than get up early to clean. 1000%. Plus, I always feel like infinitely more productive when it's like 10 o'clock at night. Like, right when I need to go to bed. Oh, with this commission I've been working on, it's been so brutal going to bed on time. Because, like, I swear to God, not until 10 o'clock am I like, I have to get this done right now. Or the world will end. Like, I don't know what it is, but it's so frustrating. I'm making stuff with air dry. Ooh, I used to love that stuff. I did a cosplay of... This is a really old show, so I'm sure you guys never watched it. But Star Trek Voyager, there was this Borg lady that I was a huge fan of. And she had like this like technology stuff like all over her face, like stuck on there. So I made it out of that stuff and then like colored it. And it looked really cool. You do a lot with it. It's fun. I would love to do clay. I did one... I took one clay class in college, and I made a little bust of Alexander the Great. I loved it, but I just, you know, that costs money for the materials, and it's, like, messy, and I can't be trusted with messy. But in theory, I would love to do sculpting and stuff like that again. I thought that was a lot of fun. The TV, look, it's me on the big screen. I knew I'd make it one day. Alright, let's go live on TikTok. Let's do it. Alright, here we go. Get ready for the jiggly camera. There we go. Alright, now I can notify the doodlers. There you go. There we go. But that doesn't pop up a little thingy for... Oh, you know what? That might not even be the right... Yeah, it's been... Oh, you little biscuit. It's been doing the wrong one. How rude. No one... Okay, sorry. If you guys go to the Discord and try to click the YT link, it hasn't been working. Let me fix that really quick. Hold on. Get rid of that. Kablam. Alright, which one gives me all three? There we go. That should do it. Alright. Net. And then... There we go. Perfect. Kablam. Sorry for their double notification. Alright, doodlers, we're ready to doodle. You guys got a warm-up doodle? Luna! What's up, Luna? What's up, Boop? How my doodlers? Kaboom! How we doing today? How are all my doodlers? Alright, let me scooch this back. We're back on the phone today. You guys proud of me? I don't know why you would be, but I like to ask that over random things. I had an argument with my mom today. Well, whatever it was about, I'm on your side. Kaboom. Did you see my recommendation? Oh, where... Was it in the channel about, like, stream idea suggestions? Is that where you put it? I haven't gotten much of a chance to look at anything in there yesterday. But I will take a look. I'm first and no one can say otherwise. I don't know. I mean, I guess you did say I can't say otherwise, so. Alexander, what's up? Softy as a bee? Oh, what would that look like? Oh, goodness. Cow with the pumpkin head? I saw you suggest that yesterday. Maybe we should do that one today. Keep it spooky themed. Alright. Athena! What's up, Athena? I found one? Found one what? Found one what? Thank you, Alistair, for the heartbeat. We gotta put you up here. Look at all the buoys we've been drawing lately. We've been doing all kinds of buoys. Okay, so I gotta have it back over here again. Oh, yeah, remember this is a little bit of a pain. Alright. So we got, oh yeah, we could put it right here. We'll draw it again. Yeah. Thank you, Alistair. She said I wasn't a real artist, so I called her out, and she said she didn't... Wait. Said she said she didn't say that to you? I'm not gonna lie, I never really had this problem with my parents, but I know a lot of parents like to do that, where they'll just be like, I don't remember it that way. Like, they'll just delete things in their brain. So when she says you're not a real artist, what exactly does she mean by that? Like, the type of stuff you do isn't real art? Or, like, is it a skill level critique? Or what does she mean by that? Because I'm getting flashbacks from my college experience, where, like, the stuff that I do, they're like, that's not real art. It's not weird. So it's not real art. Which, oh boy, let me tell you, I got opinions about. Parents gaslight me all the time. Yeah, like, I'm one of those people, like, I've always had a good relationship with my parents. I would never, like, go no contact or whatever, right? But I 1000% support people who do that, because I have seen it for myself, how they will just, like, completely gaslight you, like, on a level that is maddening. And there was a belief in the older generations for a long, long time where it was like, you know, it's family. So you have to always forgive them and be in their lives just because they're family, just because they're related to you. And I think the newer generations, I think mine was one of the first ones to kind of come to terms with this, is like, blood doesn't mean anything, all right? You have to treat me like family for you to be family. And if you don't, then you're not my family. I don't care if we're technically related. Again, luckily, I don't have that problem with my family for the most part, but I 1000% support people who do that, because there's some crazy parents out there, bro. And of course, it's always good to try to work it out. But if everything they're doing around you just makes you feel miserable, then you do absolutely do not have to put up with that, not even for a second. And they'll try to guilt you back into talking to them. They'll try to make it seem like you're the worst person ever. Just ignore them, and your life will be infinitely better. DoorDash isn't a real job. I make up to 4K a month. Dude, I swear. That's another thing. They like to really judge people for the career environment nowadays when they have absolutely no idea what it's like. That's a big one. That's a big one. Like I don't draw landscape and she's mad I don't. Like the kind of traditional paintings and stuff like that. Yeah, that's ridiculous. That's very, very, very close-minded. Especially with you, Kaboom, you're obviously very talented. That's another thing. I was very lucky to have very supportive parents in that regard. If anything, they gave me a big head. I was like, I had the best artist in the world. Because my parents, like, we would go to church on Sundays, and I would doodle all over the, like, little pamphlet they gave you every time. And after church, my mom would always take it and, like, show it off to everybody she knew at church. It was pretty embarrassing. So I was like, I guess I'm just the best artist in the world. And I just drew stuff like this all the time, honestly. Like, just character doodles all the time. But I know a lot of people, like I said, in my college experience, it was like that too, where this sort of thing was not real art. And, oh boy, that was I got my fill of that just from college. And it was from other students too, because they, like, fed into it. You know what I mean? I was like, I guess I need to paint with my own vomit for it to be art. If I literally did that, if I threw up on a canvas and submitted it for a grade, they would have given me an A. I swear to you. It was that crazy. I posted a pic of my art on TikTok and I got 83 likes. Yes, master. You gotta keep posting. Just keep it up, baby. A shark. Oh, that would be interesting. Do you have a favorite horror movie villain? Horror movie villain. Horror movie. I mean, most horror movies that I've seen are just ghosts. You know what I mean? I'm honestly not sure. My brain goes straight to the... Have you guys seen the movie It Follows? Oh, it's scary. It's scary. So, my experience with it is people either love that movie or they think it's the dumbest, least scary thing they've ever seen. And I think it kind of depends on your mentality with it. I love that movie. It scared the snot out of me. But that was one of the most interesting villains I've seen out of just like a classic horror style movie. So I'd probably go with that one. Alright, Master, we'll do the cow with the pumpkin head. If I don't, Master will explode. So we're gonna try to do a cute little cartoon cow. Yeah, I mean, obviously, you know, when you're young, there's nothing you could do about it. But just know if it's like a really rough situation and you're young and there's not a lot of options to get out of there, just know that you being a kid living with your parents is such a short amount of time. It doesn't feel like that for you right now, but I promise soon you'll be out of there and you'll never have to go back, and you have so much of your life left of just being free to do what you want. You know what I mean? So just keep that in mind. It feels like forever, but it'll be over so fast, and it'll be like a blip in your head afterwards. So don't you worry, all right? You just gotta hang in there as best you can, and everything will get better. My dad thinks that because of severe weather change, it's because the equator shifted. Is that okay? All right, that's an interesting theory. All right. I told her if she wants that type of art, she should learn how and practice how I did, and she said no. So does she just want you to, like, do art to put on her walls? Is that, like, her problem? Like, she wants you to do that type of art so she could decorate the house with it? Like, I don't think she understands the meaning of a preference. You can prefer that kind of art, but I quite assure you there's many other forms of art. I mean, just look at our doodle club. We all have completely different kinds of art. Ain't nobody going in there saying, this one, I don't like it, so it's not real art. But again, you know, parents be parents. I got lucky, but let me tell you, I support people who don't mess with their parents. 1000%. Okay, I don't draw cows very often. I've tried to do like a cute cartoon version, but this is like a pig. I'm drawing a pig right now. I didn't mean to do. Hold on, I gotta look up what a cartoon cow looks like because I have no idea. Okay, cartoon. Nope. Ooh, oh, I'm back to not being able to type. I might switch it back at some point today because I forgot how frustrating this is. Cartoon cow. Okay, yeah, I guess this could work. This could work. We'll see. It's too big. I'll do it like that. Circles are hard to draw. Boom. All right. I do remember. Do you remember what we called him? I know we figured out a name, but I don't remember what we called him. Thank you, Jay. Thank you for the follow. Guys, does Softy make real art? Not according to everyone in my art college. Not a single one. There was one time I was so mad, and this one really sticks with me. I was in a woodshop class because it was one you had to take for the art degree or whatever, right? Not my specialty, but I did the best birdhouse in that entire class. Like, I'm not even being ridiculous. It was the best. It was put together beautifully. I'll draw a picture of what it looked like. It was great. I was so proud of it, and I'm upset I never got it back. So I made a birdhouse, right? And it looked like a watermelon slice. Because this was supposed to be birdhouses we were putting up in an elementary school, like in their playground area, so it had to be appropriate for that. So I did it like this, right? So it's like the shape of a watermelon. I painted it. And by the way, just putting wood together like this is not easy, right? So it looked like that. It's a little hook. And then you know what I did? All right. I took some big long boards and I shaved them down to be like vines, literally like this. So like one stretched all the way up like that, right in front of the hole, so that the birds, you know, they could sit right here, right? It's the worst bird in the world, but it's supposed to be a bird. And I did like 3 of these like I did that out of wood, bro. You know how hard that was? And not only that, I made little wooden flowers with petals. I sanded down each individual petal and put these flowers all over it. And I painted it and it looked beautiful, and nobody even came close to my birdhouse, right? Like, I'm just saying, it looked just like this, only in real life, right? It was so nice. So I'm working on this. I'm all proud of it. I'm like, I'm the best person in the world at making birdhouses. And then this guy comes over to me, just another student, but they all had this mentality. And it was like, what made you want to do a watermelon? And I was like, oh, we're doing it for an elementary school, so it's got to be cute, you know, for the kids. And I thought it would be a cute idea. And he looked at me and he went, oh, so you're just trying to make something cute. You're not actually trying to make art. Wherever that guy is, I hope he never draws a picture again. And to be fair, it's not really his fault, because that is what all the teachers were telling him. That's what they convinced us. Luckily, I was too stubborn to fall for it, but like, this was an art. None of this would be art. He would look at this and be like, you're not trying to do art, huh? You're just trying to draw something to be cute. Dude, I'm still mad about it. It was a long time ago. I made a very, very crusty looking character based off my Discord crow. What do you mean crusty? I've heard of it. I'm gonna try to make Jason Voorhees mode. Oh, that'd be awesome. I've never seen, I think I might have seen the Jason movies. I'm not sure. I've never been too big into the slasher kind of movies. I'm not a fan of all the blood and all that. You know what I mean? I just have a bad time with those. But I do enjoy. Actually, I used to enjoy. I'm too scared to watch them now. But the type of scary movie that gets me is the ones with like ghosts and stuff. Those are very scary. Or aliens. Those can be scary too. When my sister took my side, she said that I had the right to be mad. Absolutely, you did. Because it angers me how some adults don't gear themselves and realize their words hurt. That don't hear themselves. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Like I said, I'm not sure why I feel like I can relate, even though I can't. I know one thing that a lot of most kids have deep down you know, your brains aren't fully developed yet. You don't understand a whole lot. But one thing that young kids really have a strong grasp of is like injustice towards them. Like you can really feel if something is absolutely unfair. You know what I mean? And one of the things that really sticks with you is like, you know, it's absolutely completely unfair what they're doing or what they're saying or what they're punishing you for. But because they're an adult, it doesn't matter what you have to say. And those are the ones that really stick with you. You know what I mean? Because they do that all the time. And it's just, it's mind numbing for the kids. You know what I mean? But that's one thing kids really have you know, they know what they're talking about when they're like, this is not fair. This is not justified. Um, they're usually right. You know what I mean? But parents just don't listen. They don't care. So. That's adorable, isn't it? I'm telling you. I think I have a picture somewhere saved on. I might post it in the Discord if I remember to do it. I have a picture of it, and you'll see it looks exactly like the way I drew it. I swear, I'm not exaggerating. It looked exactly like that. It was so cute without the bird. I wanted to get it back, but they put it in some elementary school, and I don't know where it is now. It probably like fell apart years ago, but I was so proud of it. I worked so hard. There we go. It's another commission day. Check pictures. So are you talking about like a suggestion for what I would draw today? Is that what you mean? Super bad signal. Also F that guy. Art can be cute. That's what I'm saying, right? Of course, art can be, in theory, and that's the other thing. They would say like there's no real definition for art. Art is anything that you create, blah blah blah. But then they would also look at my art and be like, that's not real art. It doesn't count. It's not weird. Their whole shtick in my college was how to be as weird and like attention grabby as possible, right? They didn't teach me anything useful, anything I could get a job with. They just taught me to vomit in trash bags, and that's art. But you want to draw a cute picture? That's not art. That's not it. That doesn't count. Like, cool. I'm really glad I spent $50,000 to come here. It's really teaching me about life, aren't you? I think nowadays they're better about teaching usable skills that you can actually get a job with, art related. They just didn't have anything at the time, and they really did not prepare me for reality. Let me put it that way. My art degree is about as useless as not having one at all. So. Good thing I'm in debt forever because of it. Like I said, like everything I can do now, everything you guys see me use, anything commission related, I taught myself. Every single bit of it. None of this was anything they taught me. Freaking biscuits, dude. Does this look like a cow? I don't know if it looks like a cow. It's hard to tell that it's a cow without the head. It's supposed to be, I guess I could do like the udders, you know? There we go, now it's a cow. I hope a bird, yeah! Get him, bird. A bird that loved my birdhouse and heard his slander. You scared of Ghostbusters? Not quite, but there was one ghost in there that scared me to look at because it was really scary looking. Poke the ears through? Let's see if that'll work. I don't know if that works, but we're gonna leave it like that. Car accident. Oh, Lord. Be careful out there, Alistair. Every time I cry when my parents yell at me, they say I'm fit. That's another thing I really hate. I really hate that. I was the type to cry on a dime. Like, I was the most sensitive child. My parents really never had to punish me. I've never been grounded or anything like that because they didn't need to. I was just so terrified of getting in trouble that, like, I remember one time my dad was like, I was saying, Dad snores really loud. And my mom looked at me at the most gentle way and was like, that's not very nice, April. And I just burst into tears and ran away. I was the most sensitive thing in the world. Because a lot of kids are sensitive. You know what I mean? Of course it's upsetting when your parents are yelling at you. Mm-mm. They think kids fake all kinds of things, but I never did. I was always honest. And when I was sick, they thought I was fibbing. It's not true. Someone stole my car last night, but left their phone. Good lord. What did you do? Did you get it back? That's a big deal. Jeez. Oh no, is that a joke that is that the joke you were telling? Oh god. Okay, Athena, I'm so sorry. I told you. I've said this before. You guys have heard it. I am a brutal joke ruiner. I am so sorry. I always ruin jokes. I sincerely apologize. I don't mean it, but I can't help it. I'm the worst joke person. And I deeply apologize. I drive my boyfriend insane with that. Every time he tells me a joke, it could be a great, clever, witty joke, and I will do that. I'll be like, wait, what? What do you mean? Like, oh, it's so brutal. Thank you, Leah. We're doodling. We are doodling autistic. But now she said I wasn't a real artist. I wonder what she thought all of the drawing I gave her. Oh, you gave her a bunch of art? See, that's not nice. I'll always appreciate your art, Kaboom. Don't worry. I did my first rant post today. What did you rant about? Tell us. You like it? There we go. Alright, so we did that. So let's go ahead and finish up our lady here. Hopefully, in theory, that's the goal. We'll see. We'll see. So what we were doing highlights last time. Alright, so let's... See, one thing I noticed with the phone, the views are lower, typically, which I don't know why, but I tend to get more new people following. I love slasher movies. Don't be lonely. I'm here with you, Tangerine. I appreciate you watching on YT over there. I'm trying my best to get those going too, so anytime you guys try the new platform for me, I appreciate it. It helps out, because I don't trust TikTok no more. Alright, let's see. So, I don't think we have a lot more to do in terms of the highlighting on the face. And I'm trying really hard not to get carried away with the highlight like I used to. So, I'm trying my best to be very, very, conservative about where I put the lighting. Yeah, that is my greatest weakness in art, is I get so carried away with stuff, and then it ends up just looking really muddy. That's no good. So I think that's okay. I could probably lighten up maybe the chin a little bit too. Like I said, with doing stuff like this, there is areas on the face I learned that typically have light that I wouldn't have expected to have light. So, and then I might slap on a gradient map over the skin just to see if we like that better or not. We'll see. And that way I can show you guys how to do it if you're curious. Typically, if I'm planning on using a gradient map, I won't do color when I shade and all. Just do black and white pretty much. But you can still do it on skin. It don't matter. Sometimes even after I'm done and I like it, I'll try some gradient maps just to see if something looks better. Because you never know. It takes like 5 seconds. Couldn't hurt to look. Actually, I don't have a whole lot of skin tones on this computer, so I might not have anything. Keep laughing at the drawing I did. I'll put it... Oh, goodness. Alright, Master. We'll see. How do you light? Like what do you mean? Like what layers and settings and all I use? Or just like in general, like how do you do it? Like I said, I have a tendency to get very carried away with the lighting, so I'm trying to just pick the absolute brightest areas on the face and just do a little bit there. How do you do it? Like this, pretty much. It helps to pull up some references too if you're not used to doing it, and just kind of see what are the absolute brightest areas. Sometimes it's like around here, around the eyes, it tends to be light. For whatever reason, right here tends to be really bright around the nose. I don't know why. But most of the work on the face I do with shading, more or less. This is more for just kind of like emphasizing. Like I could not do the highlights and it would probably still look fine. This is more just like a Just a little bit more detail work being added to it, you know? And you just put a little white and you smoosh it around. But yeah, I recommend if you're struggling, pull up some faces, and that'll help you kind of get a real eye for where the light's supposed to go and stuff like that. And of course, it heavily depends on, like, you know, your light source. This is a very, like, there's not a super defined light source with this. I typically do it this way with commissions because the point of it is to see the character in all their glory. You know, if I have some, like, super hard lighting where it's like half of their face is in shadow, I'd make it darker than that. But if I did that, then you wouldn't be able to see the details as well. But if you want to have like a really dynamic lighting scene, which can be great for a character, it depends. You got to keep that in mind as well, you know. But for something like this, where they just want their character to be seen, you know, it's very simple, very straightforward lighting. You want to have little areas like that to show depth, but other than that, you know. And you can do a very simple shading like this, where it looks like the light is just straight on you. And then go back in later and do more dynamic lighting if you think you need it. Sometimes I'll go back in after I'm done and then just like add like, you know how a lot of drawings have like that blue light kind of edge on it? It'll be similar to that, but a little bit more realistic in how I do it, just to give it just a little bit more like, more of a dynamic kind of image, if that makes, is that the word I'm looking for? Dynamic? Vibrant? Something like that. Make it more visually interesting, I guess, if you're feeling like it's a little flat or boring or something like that. Sometimes I get like that with my characters. So you can add a really exciting light source sometimes, you know? Cam, what's up, Cam? Thank you, how do I say that? Mreg? Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Doodle Club. Donald, thank you for the Doodle Club. Thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Doodle Club. Alright, let's see. So, I feel like I want to do more on the face, but again, I might be overdoing it if I keep doing it. I'm not sure. What do you think? Can we move on from the face? I'm gonna have a little highlighting here, just a tad. Not too much, okay? Not too much. How long have you been working on this piece? So I've been working on it. Okay, so that's a hard thing to answer because I'm technically working on it right now, but as you can see, I'm yapping and not drawing. So I usually work on this one on Saturdays, and this is like the third Saturday I've been working on it, I want to say. But that being said, I'm talking so much, I'm not getting a whole lot done. If I was straight up working on it, like nonstop, I would have gotten this done a lot faster. But commissions do take a hot minute, so it would have taken a minute, but not as long as it's taking me this time. You know what I mean? What's up, Snowy? How you doing, Snowy? I didn't see what you said about the hair. What do you mean the hair? What happened? Are you talking about the thing you sent me? Or you posted? Is that what you mean? Otherwise, I didn't see what you said. Cosmic. Oh, I see what you're saying. Orange. I think we tried a orange, but it didn't really match the rest of it. But we can see what it'll look like right now if I add a gradient map. So let's go ahead and try that real quick. And you guys can help me pick which color will look best. So you just want to select the hair, like so. And the eyebrows. Don't forget the eyebrows. Okay. And then you want to make sure you're on top of all the shading and all that. Where is it at? Layer, new correction layer, gradient map. And you could say we could pick our color. So we could do like a brown. You see how some of it is like that. You might like that, you might not. You can always change it. Over here, for example, this is what I'm working with over here. Actually, I could just scooch this over a little bit. You could pick one of these, right? See, I'm gonna do it so you can see. Come on, you can do it, computer. What you doing? There we go. Do that. These are technically for skin, but you can see what I'm doing here. Really dark one. And if you don't like how it's like blue right there, you can just click one of these and then change the color over here. Like that. Alright, so there you go. Now it's solid back, and then you can scooch all these around as much as you want. Bad example because there's so many, but... Whoa. Let me do the basic ones. This one. No, those suck. And you can download, a lot of these are downloaded. But I know there was a red, and that's pretty much it. You just pick what you want. You can adjust the sliders to make it more of something, less of something, whatever you want. Change the colors. Let's try like this color, see what it looks like. Whoa, that's kind of fun, isn't it? Look at that. Yeah, what do you guys think? I'm kind of liking that, actually. I Undertale? What you mean you Undertale? You are Undertale? Rendering is peak. Oh, thank you! Right now, pretty much all it has is just shading and a little bit of highlight on the face. But we're trying to pick a color right now. So I think that one's kind of fun, but we're gonna have to change some of that a little bit. I need this to be darker. Yeah. Switch that over. Yeah. I don't know. What do you guys think? Or we do a more... Oh, no, what happened? It went away, no. Apparently when you hit space, it deletes one. So there's that. Sunrise. That's not very cute. That one, no. That one. Green. Very dark. Most of these are super dark. I think because the hair color I picked it behind it is really dark, so we gotta crank up the lighting a little bit. See, I like the red, but I don't think it matches the rest of the outfit, is the thing, you know? If I did red, I'd probably want to change the rest of the colors to match a little bit, you know what I'm saying? But the red would be very flattering for her. Ooh, that's like Ariel red. Okay. Ooh, jet black. I'm a little bit of a sucker for jet black. Dark hair is really good if you have like piercing, bright colored eyes, because it could make it really stand out. I think let's leave it for now and we can come back to it when more people are in here and y'all can kind of give me an idea what you think. See, that's it. That's the thing that's so interesting. So on the phone, the views are way lower typically than on the software. But on the software, I get less new people. I don't understand it. I'm trying TikTok, can you just like not be so confusing like all the time, please and thanks? I draw sands. Okay. You know, if you join my Discord, you could post your doodles on there, and at the end of the stream, we're gonna see them. Alright, so let's see. That'll do for now for the lighting. Let's go ahead and add a little bit of lighting to the rest. For the clothes, I tend to be less smooth shading about it because fabric be doing some wild stuff, right? And sometimes I'll go in with like, depending on the fabric texture, I'll go in with like a regular layer and do like a really, I don't know how to explain it, but it looks more like this. Like it almost desaturates it a little, but sometimes that looks better. Like especially for leather, for example, you'll see it, I'll do that instead of doing it on this layer. Because this just kind of like makes it more saturated, but like for leather, the lighting, because it's kind of shiny, it like desaturates it a little bit. It's a little hard to explain, but you'll be able to see what I mean when we get to that point. So it just depends on what you're working with, you know? And sometimes the more, the like kind of paintbrush streaky kind of look, that can work better for clothes too, because it gives the illusion of like clothing creases and stuff. But again, I have to try really hard not to get carried away. That's the main thing for me. My art teacher told me to make your darks darker and your lights lighter. And that is a good suggestion for most people, but I think I took it too seriously and now I do it way too much. And I have to like tone it back after I do it. I'll probably end up doing that. I already did it once for the skin tone, but I'll probably end up doing it again for some of this. Alright, you know what? Since it is on a lively slow right now, I am going to switch to the software and see if there's any difference. Okay, doodlers, so get ready. I'm gonna switch real quick, and we might come back, I'm not sure. It's so much better with the software anymore, even though the software sucks. But, alright, I'm still gonna stay on Purple App and YT, but I'm gonna switch it off on TikTok really quick. So I'll be right back. Alright, so yeah, I don't understand it with the TikTok stuff. I don't understand it. I'm trying to figure it out, but that's been like the consistent thing I've noticed. Is it'll show me less consistent viewers, but more followers, typically. So I'm gonna pull up the software right now, and I'm gonna see if I see an immediate difference. That'll be a huge test, pretty much. Let me get this pulled up here. Alright, so we got that. And then... Luna, you came over here. It's tempting to just only stream on Purple App, I'm gonna be honest. It's really tempting, but I can't. I gotta give my TikTok doodlers an option too, but it is more helpful right now to have a lot of viewers on, I can say it right now, on Twitch versus TikTok. Because TikTok, it doesn't really seem to matter how many viewers I have at the time. Whereas on Twitch, the more viewers I have, the more likely new people are gonna see me, you know what I mean? But that doesn't seem to be a factor on TikTok at all, so... I know more what to expect over there, but I'm gonna pull it back up here, don't worry. We're gonna use the software, though, like a real professional doodler. Alright? You proud of me? Luna, are you proud of me? Alright. Let's pull this bad boy up. You guys can see what I'm drawing better this way, too. Thank you, Luna. I needed that. Alright, go live. Go live. Alright, we're back up in TikTok land. We're back, baby. Let me pull up the chat here. You gonna show that I'm live? Thank you. Thank you, TikTok. Thank you for doing your job. All right, there we go. We're back. We're back everywhere. Now we're gonna test the difference. All right. I hate to fixate on this kind of thing, but if we don't make this sustainable, I don't know how much longer Mama can keep doing this. Unfortunately, life is very expensive. You came back? You can hear better now? That's good. Yeah, I'm actually using like a proper mic on the software, which is another thing. And you guys get to hear the music, which is another plus. So I would prefer if the software was better. 1000%. Even though their software sucks. It's so much like more professional and easier for everybody to see things and all that good stuff this way. So I would like for it to be the case that this is better. But again, with TikTok, you never know. You just never know. They are unbearably unclear about how anything works. Like, I swear, they just want you to struggle. Like, we could tell them how it works, but we're not gonna. We want them to just be stressed. Alright, back to the lighting. Mikal, what's up, Mikal? You came back. Thank you for coming back, my doodlers. Thank you for coming back. So we're gonna leave it on this for a minute. Thank you for all the likes, Kaboom. I appreciate it. I really do. Alright, so we got the lighting there. Again, I'm gonna try to be real subtle, alright? Real subtle with this lighting here. Don't get carried away. Just a little tiny... Alright, computer. Alright. Little tiny dab of highlight. Just a little bit. Just a little tiny bit. It sucks too, because like going overboard with it just means that I'm wasting a lot of time for nothing. It's really frustrating. I'm trying my best, but it's hard. Alright. And with the belt, I am gonna do the thing I was talking about earlier with like, because it's leather, and you'll see what kind of a nice effect it gives. Because like this, you can see it's really just lightening the color below it and like making it more saturated, which is not necessarily what we want for some types of textures, so. But I'm gonna do a little bit, just so we can see where it's lighter and darker. Okay, is it gonna need some too right here? I'm gonna try not to twist the canvas all around, because when I'm doing this on my own, I'm just like this the whole time, and it's gonna be very disorienting for you guys to watch. And again, like I said, with the clothes, sometimes having this streaky paintbrushy look can make it look more cloth-like, if that makes sense. Whereas the skin, I always want to keep it nice and smooth, you know? What's up, Skeletor? Hello, Panda's Bob. Mrs. Panda, may I call? Oh, I forgot to do the shading on this part. Oh, we gotta give the metal some shading. Back to the shading. My favorite part's the sketching, but shading's the second, because that's where it really like comes to life when you do the shading. Probably the most tedious part, but it's most satisfying when you do it. Metal's another tricky one too. You gotta kind of twist your brain around a little bit, because you can't just do like the dark areas get the darkest and the light areas get the lightest, because it's like all reflective and stuff. You gotta switch it up a little bit. There's a little bit of that, you know what I mean, but there's also so much reflective light and glares and stuff like that. You gotta kind of be a little wild with it, you know. Tangerine, you're still there? You over there dabbing? How's it feel to be over there? Don't worry, I'll always be here with you, Tangerine. Don't you worry. You get your own chat to yourself pretty much right now. Makes it a lot harder for me to miss your message that way. Can't say it'll never happen, but in theory it'll happen less. And this is my favorite blending brush. I use it for pretty much everything. It kind of looks like a paintbrush, what the texture looks like really doesn't matter, but I do like it because it's kind of paintbrushy looking. But just the way that it like mushes around the colors is very... There's like this one, which I never use, where it kind of does that thing. That never works for me personally. There's this one, which I got for fire. That's good for like a gritty blend. What else we got here? I never touch any tree smudge. What's this do? Oh, okay. That's a fun little, maybe for like a cloud or something. Rough blender? No. Get that out of here. But yeah, this one, I would tell you the name of it. I downloaded it, but I think it's in Japanese, so I can't read what it says. A lot of the brushes on Clip Studio are in Japanese, because our Japanese doodlers created them. But if I have one, they're always free, so you can probably find it. Unless they just deleted it. Because I did get most of these a long time ago. Tell my mom how good of friends we are. We're the bestest of doodle pals. The bestest of all the doodle pals in the pal world. I walk a lonely road. No, don't sing sadly, Tangerine, no. You're never alone in the doodle club. That sounds like a horror movie phrase, but, you know, it is spooky month. Oh, you guys, oh my god, I'm such a derp. So, you guys know I like being festive for holidays, and it's spooky month, so I was decorating, and then we have one of those, like, doorbell cams, and, like, the security, where you can, like, arm the security when you leave and stuff like that, and you can change doorbell sounds with it, and they had some special Halloween ones, which I was super excited about. I was so excited. And so I changed it to one that's, like, an evil laugh, like, it's like, whoa, right? And I was under the impression that it only makes that sound if you hit the doorbell, right? Because it was a doorbell sound. So later, it was in the middle of the night. I was like going to fix the Halloween decorations out there or something. I don't remember what. And then, so I was just walking out of the door, and then it did that sound, and it was so loud, and it scared the snot out of me. Because it's like in the middle of the night, I'm like alone, walking out the door, and then I just hear this loud, manly, evil laugh right behind me, and it scared the snot out of me. But it was, apparently it does that if you go anywhere near the door. And I didn't know that. So, oh my god, it was so scary. I tried to catch like you could see it on the doorbell cam, but it didn't pick up the sound, unfortunately. I don't know why, but yeah, I done gave myself a scare. But I was cool with it, because it's spooky month. Alright, that'll do for that. Let's see, what else? That belt buckle's a little big, but just say it's a fashion choice. What's up, Genesis? Right, what's up? I haven't seen you in a minute. How much you like blinking? No comment. And Panda, you're lucky I have no comment. Charleston, what you doing over there? In North Carolina? I've been there quite a few times. How do you draw and shade the chest? Mine are always... Oh, so I'm gonna be honest. I honestly just had to do a lot of studying. I can't get too detailed with it on TikTok because they'll think bad things, but let me see. Because like you want to think that they're like circles, right? And I'm gonna just do a circle, right? So you think you would just shade it like that, but you can't because there's weight. You know what I mean? Think of it as like a water balloon where it's like heavier on the bottom, less heavy on the top, and then it kind of connects to the body. The best thing I could recommend for that, honestly, is look at some reference pictures. And the other thing is like they all look different. You know what I mean? So I would say look at some reference pictures because I still have to do that now. You know what I mean? Like because there's just such a variety. And you know, if you're drawing girls, that's just part of it. You know what I mean? But yeah, I'm trying to think if there's a way I can show you how to do it without it. But it absolutely is is difficult. It's really hard to get them to look right. I still struggle with that to this day. Because it's never exactly how you expect them to look. So yeah, the best thing I can do as a recommendation, you are kind of shading it as if it's like a circle, but it might be helpful to not think of them in that shape and try to find some references that are similar to what you need and just study how the light is with them. Because I guarantee you, in your head, it's different than what it's actually going to look like. And I think that's the biggest factor, if that makes sense. My mom thinks you're cool. I think your mom is cool, Panda. Mrs. Panda. Mama Panda. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you like it, Anya. You know, my shading didn't used to be very soft like this. This is more of a recent thing. You see this part right here where it's all streaky? This is how all my art used to look, pretty much. Like the skin and everything. But lately I started trying out the airbrush. And, I don't know, it just kind of stuck. So I've been liking the softness. So I'm glad it looks okay. Yeah, just subtle lighting. Don't get carried away. There's too much on the shirt. I can already tell there's too much on the shirt. Get that out of here. Get that out of here. There we go. That's better. Let's see. All right. Do the sleeves need any lighting? Not really. I could do a little bit, but I'm afraid I'm gonna get way too carried away with that. Let me try giving it a little bit. Just a little bit. Can you do your cat drinking Fanta watching TV? Maybe if you come in early next time, we could do that as a warm-up doodle. Boaz, thank you for the follow. You partying it up, Famian. There you go. You party it up, you. Kaylee, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Doodle Club, Kaylee. I also recommend joining my Discord because TikTok won't tell you when I go live, but the Discord will. TikTok is just a little bit unreliable in that regard. Even if you turn your notifications on, it's like, yeah, but we still don't want to tell anybody that you're streaming. A pug! Oh, I love pugs so much. Famian, kiss that pug. Give it a pet. Just for me. Tell the pug it's for me, alright? Oh, this music might be just a little bit too slow. I know we're doing the, like, relaxing art stream thing, but it's a little slow. Do you think it's too slow, the music? Should I, like, make it a little more exciting? What do you guys think? What's up, Chef? It's a stray pug? Well, I mean, I guess that means you gotta adopt it then, don't you, Famian? Are you just, like, outside and it just wandered up to you? What a little sweetheart. It might have gotten lost or something. There aren't a whole lot of stray pugs out there. Is it really skinny? Oh, yeah, Genesis. So we could, if you show up early on the next stream, we could do that as a warm-up doodle. Or if you want to do that as your official doodle request, you could put it in the Discord, too. But that sounds a lot. I mean, it depends on how detailed you want it. Oh, sorry, not the thick witch. There we go. So, like, these are warm-up styles. You know what I mean? Like, these little ones. These are all warm-ups. And then these are the, like, actual doodle requests. So it depends on how you want it. Yeah, see, it's so interesting with the, Thank you, Darksea. I'm glad you like it. You gonna join? Yes, join us. And then if you do art, you could post your art in there, and then we'll see it on the stream. But yeah, if you want to put that as your doodle request, you want to put it in the channel called Live Doodle Requests. And you can do one a month, and then at some point it'll get doodled, don't you worry. My back's killing me. Why does your back hurt? I used to have chronic back pain all the time, man. I don't know what caused it. It's a lot better now, but it used to, like, I had to quit my job because I couldn't do it. I was a cake decorator and it just hurt too bad. I don't know what happened. Now I just have tummy trouble. And let me just say, I'd rather have the back problems. Alright, just a little... Sorry, I said I would stop tilting it like that. Just a little bit on here. We still liking the yellow of the Who's Who Wants It? The cloak? We still liking the yellow? I can change... Oh, you know what? I'm gonna try a gradient map and see if maybe we can get a more vibrant yellow. See if that works. And just doing a little bit of highlighting. Definitely not getting carried away. Definitely not. Never do that. So we got one more week until Spooky Day, y'all. What are you gonna do for Spooky Day? Are y'all doing the trick-or-treat thing? Are all y'all festive and fun and get all dressed up? You better. Alright, we are a festive doodle club, alright? We're festive doodlers, so say the doodle lady. If I had kids, I'd be like, you don't have a choice. You have to celebrate Halloween. You better have fun today, darn it. None of that trick-or-treating without a costume. None of that. You put on a silly costume and you have a great time. It's not skinny. Yeah, it's probably... If it's not skinny, it's probably somebody's dog that just got out, I would bet. Because dogs don't do such a good job, like, feeding themselves in the wild. Like, stray dogs, they're usually pretty skinny. Just because they're not, like, as good at surviving by themselves as, like, cats are. You know what I mean? So odds are it's probably somebody's. And they're probably looking for it, hopefully. Cross your fingers, trick or treat can happen. It can't? Why wouldn't it happen? I dress up and hand out candy and watch scary movies. See, that's what I'm talking about. That's what us festive adults do. And that's excellent. That's a great answer. I wanted to do the thing where I'd watch Hocus Pocus every year, but if I do that, I'll end up getting sick of the movie. But it's like the most festive movie for me. It's so Halloween-y and fun. I would love to hand out candy to trick-or-treaters, but I never get any trick-or-treaters at my house. Luna probably remembers last year I got the first trick-or-treaters ever at this house, and I scared them off because I screamed. I didn't mean to, but I didn't expect trick-or-treaters, and so I screamed really loud because I was like, trick-or-treaters! Because I was excited and they heard. So by the time I got to the door, they were running away. And I'm still upset about it. What? Kaboom, you get out of here, kaboom. Why do you hate it? You're young, right? So I will say it's a very old, weird movie. Oh, you know what? Speaking of that, what do you think of The Fifth Element, Kaboom? That's a big one I like to ask younger people. Because, what's it called? The Fifth Element is very, very weird. And I don't know how to explain it. But I love that movie. Pretty much all the generations around my age love that movie. Like, we love that movie. But I can see it being just really weird for younger people. You know what I mean? I could totally see that. So Genesis, somebody might be able to put it for you. I personally can't do it, unfortunately. But, somebody could do it for you if they get a chance. If not, you can go to my purple app, which is just Softy Doodles over there, and there'll be an easy to grab link, like right there in the About Me section. Or if you don't want to do that, you can send me a message on TikTok letting me know you need it, and then after the stream I'll send it to you that way. Haven't seen it? You should. Y'all, like, it is such a good movie, but again, it's so old and so weird and very, I don't know if dated is the right word, but like, it's like what people imagine the future being like in the past, if that makes sense. I love that movie, obviously, but I can also see why kids would just be like, this is so weird and I don't like it. You know what I mean? So I'm always curious about that one. But Hocus Pocus, that's a sin to dislike. How dare you? Alright, where were we? I guess that'll work for now. So let's try a gradient map on the top part of the cape. Because I don't know why, but the kind of mustard color is driving me crazy a little bit. I think it does fit the color scheme, but I think I just might personally not like that shade of yellow. I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think it's okay like this? I'm going to try some gradient maps just to see if maybe something will look better. I do think it would be good to stick with the yellow, but I'm just, you know, I'm just not sure. Oh, or no, that wouldn't work. I was thinking maybe we could swap it, have the top be blue and the bottom be yellow. I think that would look cool, but then I don't know how I do the spacey thing under the cape. You know, I don't think that would work. All right, whatever. Layer, new correction layer, gradient map. All right, let's see what we got to work with. Let me scooch this. There we go. Is that in the center? A little bit. Well, I guess, yeah, that'll work. Silver's kind of fun. Trunk or treat? What's trunk or treat? I wish I could trick or treat. I would like to trick or treat, but I'm not allowed to anymore. Get that color, we got that color. It's not really... Oh, I see what's happening. Okay, let's try that again up here. You gotta make sure you do it, the correction layer on top of the shading layer. If it's under the shading, it won't work right. So you saw how that was looking? Now that I have it on top of the shading layer, you'll see a bigger difference with these. So yeah, it's like actually, because it has to be on top of it, it'll adjust everything below it pretty much. So you got to make sure it's on top of everything. That's kind of nice. What do you think of this one? I kind of like that one. That one looks crazy. Okay, so we're on the chocolate one right now. Caramel, that's kind of like a gold. That's kind of nice. I would need this to be darker though. Those are too bright. Ugly. The purple kind of looks nice, but now it looks like Raven again. You like it, Xenomiz? Trying to pick the cape color. I've never heard of trunk or treat. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna be honest, you know. I don't know what color beige is. Is that like the kind of like muted kind of... Is it like close to like a skin tone? Is that kind of what it is? Hotato, what's up? You gonna hang out with me over there? Trying to pick one. That one's not too bad. Because we're trying to go with the yellow and purple / blue theme. So that's why I had it yellow. And under the cape, where it's like weird blue, whatever, that's going to be like space. I'm going to do like stars and constellations and stuff. So I want to make sure it, I mean, that's kind of pretty, isn't it? But I don't think it fits. That's kind of pretty. Make that a little bit more. Maybe that's a little too pink. I might go with this one. Is this beige? Is that protesting? What am I protesting? I'm afraid to say that word on here. So that is where the doodlers go if you would like to. Well, the main reason I push it is so that you can get notified when I go live. Because there is a very good chance TikTok will not notify you when I go live. But the Discord always will. So it's a reliable way to know when I'm streaming. And if you do artwork, you can post your artwork in there. At the end of every art stream, we show your guys' artwork if you post it in the right channel. You like this one? Yeah, I think I like this one too. I think this is the vibe. How long does your drawing take? That is a good question. How long you're seeing it take me right now is not a good example because I'm taking like 10 times as long because I'm talking and stuff like that. But it really relies so heavily on the drawing itself, more or less. Something like this isn't super detailed and complicated, so this one wouldn't take me too long. A couple hours. But if it's like a way more complex, let me see if I can find an example of something. These are all pretty simple, so none of these would take too long. Let me see if I can find one that's a good example of like a longer one. Okay, this one. Loading. Oh, why is it? Oh, why is it like that? No. Hold on, you probably can't see that so good. Come on, computer, you can do it. You can do it. There we go. All right, so like this one, you see how this one has a lot of detail everywhere? This would take a lot longer than like this one. Obviously, this is just a sketch. The sketches don't take me very long at all. But like it could almost take twice as long, depending on it. Like, but something like this, I don't even know. Maybe like 6, 7 hours, something like that. I could get these done way faster if I didn't put as much detail into them, but for commissions, I like to do as much as I can for it to make it look real nice, you know, because somebody's giving me money, so I gotta make sure it looks good. I'm gonna send the same message on here and the black and purple app. Black and what is it? Black and purple. You got the glue. You found it? There you go, Tangerine. What you need glue for? Say the name of the app that I was just watching on. TikTok? Is that what you mean? Where do you put art requests in the Discord? So you want to put it in live doodle requests. You'll be able to see a bunch of other requests in there. But yeah, it should be live doodle requests. That's when you want it in. And you can do one a month of whatever you want, as long as it's safe to show on TikTok. Pixty, what's up, Pixty? So this is technically not a commission. It's a pretend commission because my art, I did commissions a few years ago and then I stopped. But now that my commissions are open back up, my art style has changed a lot since then. So I need a more updated portfolio in terms of what my art will look like, what their commissions will look like. So this is kind of helping me build my portfolio. But this is what a commission would look like, more or less. Like this is the amount of detail and all that stuff that I do. Get out of here, you dirty rotten butt. Get out of here. Get out of here. Why aren't you letting me? Get kablam! Alright, so sorry about that, doodlers. So there should be a link on my TikTok profile. If there is not, you can go to my purple app profile. My name is Softy Doodles over there. And there's a pretty easy link on it's either the main page or the About Me page. The other way you can get it, if you don't want to get it any of those ways, or you can't see it on TikTok, just You can send me a message on TikTok letting me know you need the link, and then after the stream, I'll send you the link that way. What's up, pet? My mom is an artist, and it takes her. What kind of stuff does she do? Does she do like characters and stuff like that? Or is she like the classical painting artist? Get in there, Xenomiz! It's the place to be. It's the coolest place in the world. My doodlers are very nice. Alright, so we got that. Yeah, that looks better. It was just too mustardy before. I think that looks better. And it still works with like the blue and all that. Alright, so... Oh, we need to give this gem a little bit of business going on here. I could give this a gradient map too to make it more saturated, but we'll see. I don't know what type of gem this is. I just know it's yellow. That's all I know. I'm probably gonna make it like glow with something. I don't know. We'll find a way to make it look cool. Alright, that looks more gem-like. Dude, my app is being difficult today. Alright, so yeah, alright. So let's give this a little bit of nice detail here. So this is the way I do leather. I just add another layer and just keep it a regular layer, and then go in with like light gray or white with a really low opacity. And this will kind of give you that like shiny effect that leather tends to have. Because I remember I used to do a lot of like leather boots and stuff like that, and I would highlight it, but it never really looked like leather, and I wasn't sure why. And then I figured out that doing it this way kind of, because a lot of times they have that shiny effect, and this can kind of help get that a little bit. And this brush is also good for it too, because leather's got a rough texture. And again, the trick is not getting carried away like I always do. So. And when you zoom out, you see it looks more leathery now. There you go. Tattoo. Ooh, she's a tattoo artist? Oh, I see you, girl. Okay. Tattoo artists, I don't know how y'all do it, man. I'm gonna be honest. Like, I do art and stuff like that. Doing it with a pen on somebody's skin, oh, I'd be so scared. I'd be terrified. I'd be so horrified of making a mistake. I don't think I could ever do it. And then what if they don't like the tattoo? Like, my life is over. But I'm a big people pleaser. But like, I'd be so nervous to do that. Oh my god. And like, the stuff that tattoo artists can do, just make it look hyper realistic. Like, doing that on a piece of paper is hard. I don't think people give tattoo artists enough credit with the stuff they're able to do, man. It's crazy. Mad at you for getting spaghetti? What do you mean? What's wrong? Why is she mad at you for getting spaghetti? What's wrong with spaghetti? She doesn't know either. It just popped in one day. Wait. Just popped in. What? What do you mean? Popped in one day? Alright, now it looks more like leather. See? Now we have a leather belt. Gift it. Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay. I mean, shoot. You know, use that talent. Make some money. I hope tattoo artists make a lot of money. Like I said, I would be too terrified to do that job. And it's like, it's not like you're just drawing a picture for somebody. Like, it's like very important. Again, cause that's why I probably won't ever get a tattoo, because you have to commit to it so much. You know what I mean? You have to, like, I know whatever I would choose, I would get sick of it. I might maybe one day get one for, like, my cats when they move on from this mortal coil, but if it isn't something like that, I know I would just get sick of it, whatever it is, after a while. But yeah, I'd be so scared of making a mistake or something, and there's just nothing you could do, you know? It'd be so frightening. You want to see a ghost? Here she is. Here's the lady face. We're gonna make the under part of the cape like spacey stars and stuff like that. That's why it looks weird right now. And she's always drawing on her friends, so she became a tattoo artist through time because she liked it. There you go, man. Her calling. Yeah, tattoo artist is a good job too, because there's always going to be people who want some tattoos, you know? And when I imagine when people do really like their tattoo, especially if it's sentimental to them, like, it's got to be the best feeling ever. I don't really like how that looks. Let me look up what a boot looks like. Okay. Thought it was Assassin's Creed. I mean, you know, that's cool. They got some fun styles, you know? I'll take that. Thank you for the repost. Sad draws. Do not sadly draw. Come doodle draw with us. I found your purple app. You're welcome. You're in purple app land. How's it feel? I make shiny hair and don't care if it's unrealistic. To be fair, every tattoo artist has different style too. I have quite a few tats and none of them are realistic. Yeah, I like realistic art, but I think if I was gonna get a tattoo, I probably wouldn't go for the realism kind of thing. You know what I mean? I would go for more of like a design type vibe, you know? But I am always super impressed by like the super realistic portraits and all people get. Like I said, doing a portrait realistically on paper is hard enough, let alone on somebody's skin, you know? I don't know how they do it. Trying to find a picture of a boot so I know what it looks like with the light glare. I mean, that's more or less what I'm doing. Okay. I think the shading needs a little bit of adjusting. What's up, Ulu? How you doing today, Ulu? We're working on this lady again. I said we were gonna finish her today. But now I don't know. I'm still taking way too long. Feetsies are always hard. Like I said, instead of hands, right now the hardest part for me is feet and shoes. No way, dude. What would your mom think if you requested that as a tattoo? Would she do that? The Optimus Godzilla King Kong Queen Xenomorph? Lightning McQueen. Because I won't do it. I refuse. Oh goodness, it went away. Okay, what's up? No, Rocker! It moved the chat under the other chat, so I didn't see it. How you doing today, Rocker? I don't hide it on purpose, but it does pop under the other one. It's so frustrating. I'm sorry. Thank you for watching over there. Let's see. I got into the habit of it in voice chat. Voice chat? Is that what you mean? No one knew I was talking if Rocker says Rocker. Hold on, my brain isn't comprehended. Rocker heckles all the derpy doodle. You'd be my number one derpy doodles hater. I mean, everybody's gotta have them, you know? And you're blinking now, too. Oh, you guys are spotted. Hope you guys are ready for doodle jail, because Panda's got a cell waiting for you. Once it's built. You're free now, but just you wait. Just you wait. There's something going on with your YT chat. Sure. Don't respect them, Panda. Don't you dare. Don't do that, Rocker. That's no good. This boot is driving me crazy. It doesn't want to look like a boot. And I don't know what to do. I think I might need to adjust the shape, actually. I think it's not properly foot-shaped, perhaps. Let me try something here. Like that. Yeah, I think that's better. Yeah, okay, that looks better. It was too thick. It was too big of a foot. You saw the cat! Look at her go. She's making biscuits. Oh, I keep meaning to work on that thing that Rocker sent me about syncing her. Oh man, maybe this weekend when I have some time. I would love to do that. I've seen Rocker was the naughty one. Alright, fair enough. You don't have to go to doodle jail. You might get a, what's the word? There's a word for it. Hold on. Where it's like, culpability. You accepted the crime and did nothing to stop it. But I won't send you to Doodle Jail. You might just get a doodle fine. All fines are just mochi doodles that you must pay in full. But there must be punishment. Alright, that looks a little bit better, I think. Alright, now back to this right here. This boot doesn't want a boot. Why won't you just become a boot? That doesn't look like a boot. Oh, thank you, Xeno Miss. Hold on, we gotta put you up here. We gotta give you your due respect. Xeno, which one do you like better? Purple app or TikTok? Xeno Miss. We got the little Shibas, right? That's a little Shiba. You like purple app? There we go. I used to like TikTok more, but TikTok has been peeving me lately with all of their BS. I'm not the biggest fan of Purple App either, because they really don't give a flip about you if you're like new and trying to start a platform. They just do not give you a chance in the slightest. But at least I know what to expect over there. TikTok is unbearably like they'll just change everything and ruin your career and just not even tell you. Like, it's just, oh, this is gonna be kind of hard. I don't know how to draw one of these little boofers. Okay, we're gonna say that's it. Thank you, Xenomiz. I'm biased because I only ever streamed on Purple app, never tried TikTok. So TikTok used to be great in that it, like I was saying, it really gives new people who are just starting out, it gives them a real chance. Like, it would put, like, if you're just starting out for the first time, it would put you out there to new people. So it gave people starting out a chance. With Purple app, like, if you don't have a lot of viewers already, no one will ever see your stream unless they, like, search out very specifically what you and only you are doing, if that makes sense. So you can see I get a lot of followers on TikTok, don't get very many on Purple app. Even when all of you guys are in there, it's still like anybody people barely see it at all because they just don't promote you or put you out there in the slightest. Like, the For You page was incredibly helpful on TikTok, but now TikTok, I don't know what they're doing. They messed everything up over there, and they were very disrespectful in how they handled it by refusing to communicate a word with anybody, and I'm just really salty at them right now, okay? I'm just not happy. I don't like it. I've been tempted on more than one occasion just to say, forget TikTok, I'm only streaming on the other ones, but, you know, what are you gonna do? Oh, I hate that boot. It looks so bad. Why does it look so bad? You taking the Mochi? Okay, the thing with Mochi, you gotta let her lick you, alright? Or she'll get really angry. And don't let her see a tablet pen, or she'll try to eat it. This food is only for us YT watchers. That's fair. That's definitely fair. You guys are special. You get extra treats. What's up, gods? How you doing, gods? You gonna be back with us again? I emailed them to get live access early, so maybe I should do dual streaming next time. But yeah, it seems all these social medias are getting so money hungry and are going the wrong. Absolutely. However, I would definitely recommend doing that. I would definitely, because right now I'm streaming in through places. Um, it's more or less just to kind of cover your bases, right? I would heavily recommend, because like I'm not focusing on one platform because you never know what's going to happen with that platform. It gives new people more options. It can open you up to other people that would never find you if you're just on the one platform. Like, there's not really a downside to doing it that way. The hardest part is keeping track of all the chats, which is why sometimes I miss them. But yeah, I would definitely recommend doing that. 100%. Even though I'm still salty at TikTok right now. You better quit it, you bunch of blinkers. Oh, you did the permit? Alright, Fabian. Fair enough. I'll have to review that permit, but I trust you. Oh, you gonna go live? There you go. What are you gonna stream? When you're older? Yeah, wait till you're old enough, for sure. But once you're old enough, what are you gonna stream? You gonna do some doodles? You could do your animations. Work on your animations on stream. One of these days, I'm gonna do the Reddit reading stream. I'm just scared. I'm scared, okay? I'm nervous. I'm frightened. I can't draw it. I can't do this boot. I can't do it. It looks like the worst boot that has ever been a boot. Why doesn't it look like a boot? It looks a little bad. Somebody draw the boot for me. Make it look better. What Halloween costume would Mochi wear? That is an excellent question, Tangerine. And she would definitely be a pumpkin. I have dreamed of dressing that cat up like a pumpkin for years now. And that cat is so lucky I feel bad doing it because I know she hates it. But I want to see her in a little pumpkin outfit so bad. You have no idea. Oh, it would just be a dream come true. But again, I can't do it because she would have such a bad time, and then I'd just be sad for her. But oh, she'd be so cute as a pumpkin. And Ichi would be a pirate, and I think... Oh, you know what I should do? I just thought of it. I'm such a fool. I don't know if I'll have time, actually. But I should give Mochi, the animated Mochi, a little pumpkin outfit. I don't think I have time for that, though. That's a lot of work I'd have to do. But in theory, I would love that. Give her a little costume to wear until Halloween's over. Oh, I might see if there's a way I can do that, because I would love that so much. Probably just going to sketch and might finish one. There you go. That sounds like a good time to me. Are you excited? Do you still have a long time, or are you going to be able to stream soon? You don't have to say your age, but... Okay, let's see if we can make these look half decent, because it just don't want to do that with me today. It just wants to embarrass me in front of my doodlers. Okay, maybe like some creases or something will help. I don't know. I don't know. Somebody draw this boot for me. Sorry, I keep drawing too far to the left. Redo all of this boot, I think. Telling y'all, you thought I was kidding when I said my weakness is shoes. I'm gonna go do another permit just to make sure I can blink without going to Doodle Jail. Exactly, Panda. You should use Famian as a role model for not being a naughty. Can you show both boots for a second? Yeah, here we go. Sometimes I just can't. What I would recommend with this kind of thing is just kind of like, if you're struggling with a certain area, if you can find a reference that can help you, do that. But if not, sometimes if you just take a break and like move on to something else and then come back to it, or even like come back to it tomorrow or something, that often helps me a lot. You know what I mean? But since I'm streaming, I just want to finish this drawing already. I actually don't like this part either. Well, this music is slow. I don't think I could do it. I'm sorry. I gotta find another. I'm gonna fall asleep. It's too relaxing. I know I should let it play because we're doing the like relaxing vibe, you know, like the cool art, relaxing stuff or something. But I'm gonna fall asleep. Okay, gaming music. That sounds more upbeat. Let's try this. $18 or $20. Good plan, gods. Very responsible. Very safe. We love that. Does it look too small? You guys tell me. Does it... Hold on. Ugh, mouse. Does this boot look too small to you guys? Should I make it a little bigger? Maybe I should make it a little bigger. I'm gonna try to make some more air dry. Air dry? What does she mean air dry? I don't know what that means, but I'm here for it, whatever it is. Yeah, I haven't flipped it a whole lot. A lot of times the flipping it, yeah, I think you're right. I think it's too small. I think I need to make it look, because the other one's bigger. Oof, man. You know what sucks? I always realize, I mean, technically you realized it. I wouldn't have realized it. But most of the time when I realize something like that, it's already after I've done a bunch of shading and stuff. So it's so much more of a pain to fix. If you guys watch those time lapses I've done, you'll see me doing that. Once I get to the complicated shading part, that's when I'm like, snap, this needs to be changed. Snap. Okay, let's try like that. You can do it, computer. I believe in you. All right. Is that, I think maybe even a little bit bigger than that, honestly. Alright, let's try that. I think that might help a good bit. What do we think? Is that better or even bigger? I might even need to make it bigger. Forgot to flip. Oh, I keep telling you guys, you gotta flip that doodle. You gotta do it. I'm good doodler. Yes, you are. You are very good doodler. I feel so separated from everyone. But like I said, I appreciate you watching over there. I am trying to build up all the platforms, so having somebody over there does help quite a bit. I appreciate it. But if you get too lonely, you can always pop in other places if you want. I don't want you to be all sad and alone. It's a pretty slow day today, too. You think that's good? Alright. I trust you, Xenomiz. You've done me right so far. Alright, you see what a mess I have to clean up now? I swear. I think it's just because, like, shading adds so much more depth to it. That's where you can really see the difference. You know what I mean? So unfortunately, that means I won't see the difference a lot of the times until I get to that point. But better to see it now than never, you know? Just gotta clean this mess up right here. Messy, messy lady. So this is more upbeat at the very least. I might not fall asleep now. Alright, almost done fixing it back up. Can't do it. I'm just never gonna... This is just gonna be the one drawing we work on for the rest of my life, I think. I think that's how it's gonna end up being, y'all. I'm a little more focused today because it's slower, so I'm not yapping quite as much, but I'm still so slow. Alright, so let's go from there. See if that makes a difference. See, that's what I was saying, Kaboom. I was just talking about how the music was putting me asleep, so I changed it to something less sleepy. Because I was feeling the same way. We need a yapping ban. It's gonna be as illegal as blinking soon. I'll get more stuff done if we do that, you know? But yeah, I changed the music to be more upbeat, so hopefully that'll help, Kaboom. I was falling asleep too. Especially when it's a slow day, so there's not a lot of people in here. That makes me even sleepier. Saturdays are very hit or miss. Sometimes Saturdays are really active, and sometimes they are just completely unalive. Alright, so that's fixed at least. Now we can do... What is this? What's happening? Yeah, so I do think... I think it's just particularly slow today. But that being said, I seem to have gotten more followers when I was on the phone. See, that's the biggest factor I need to take into consideration. You know what I mean? If only I could help myself the way I can apparently help others. That's true. It's definitely easier because when you're working on something, it's hard to see it properly anymore. You know what I mean? A lot of times, if you take a break, come back the next day, it'll help you see things that you missed the first time. Just because you're so in it, it's hard to see it from like a different. That's why flipping helps. You know what I mean? You're so used to seeing it one way, just switching it a little bit can make a big difference. I think that's part of why flipping helps. But that can only do so much. You know what I mean? So like a lot of times, if you're seeing a drawing for the first time, all those little things that need to be adjusted, they're kind of like much easier to spot when it's someone else's. You know what I mean? That's why I like to ask people for stuff like help with stuff like this. But so many of my friends are not artists. So like I don't know if you guys saw the other day, I posted a commission I was working on and I did 2 different lightings that I did. And I have done that exact same thing to so many of my friends, and every single time I do that, their answer is always, I don't see any difference. And y'all are fellow artists, right? So you guys saw the difference, and instantly you were like, this one's better. And I was like, thank God I can move on with my life. It's so helpful. But for whatever reason, when I ask my non-artist friends, they're like, I see no difference. It literally looks exactly the same. And to me, it looks completely different. I'm like, what are you talking about? Pretty great, pretty helpful. Because I can be very indecisive, I swear to God. Manic! What's up, Manic? It's nice to see you again. Sorry I've been busy with school and such, but it's good to be here. Welcome back, Manic! How's it feel to be back? Back to the homeland of the Doodleverse. We're working on this, and one day we'll finish it. One day. I thought it'd be today, but probably not at this rate, but one day. This is a little techno-y for me, but you know, at least it's upbeat. It's been decades since I've been here. Welcome back! You've been doing good? You being a good doodle student? Still here, just working on my own art too. Ooh, what you working on, Rocker? Okay. You'll start writing instead of doodling. You ever feel like a piece just isn't done, but you have no idea? Oh yeah, all the time, Rocker, all the time. That's actually something I really struggled with for a long time. I've gotten a lot better at it, because I kind of had to force myself to with commissions, because I could just work on those commissions for the rest of my life. But I kind of got to the point where I got used to like, all right, it's done. I have to move on, or I'm gonna explode. But yeah, absolutely. I've done that a million times. People who don't do a lot of art, I think, don't realize how easy it is to just never think it's done. You know what I mean? Okay, all right. It's just gonna have to look like this. All right, we're gonna have to just accept that this is the boot. Maybe it's not the prettiest boot, but as long as it looks like a boot, we will have to accept that. When I say we, I mean me. I gotta get over it. Alright? It's a boot, and it's fine enough, alright? No one's actually paying me for this, okay? So it doesn't have to be perfect. If this was for somebody, I'd spend the next 10 hours working on this boot. I swear to God. I swear to you gods. Softy, start freestyling? No. Alright, Fabian, thanks for joining us. I enjoyed watching your streams. It motivated me to draw more, and now I'm a lot better. There you go, gods. That's what I like to hear. That's what we do it for, baby. I've heard that from a lot of you guys, and that's the best, man. I'm telling you. Being around other artists and, like, other artists giving you ideas and stuff, that can be a huge motivator for that kind of thing. And I will say, for those of you that have been here a while, I definitely see an improvement in your guys' style, too. Like, from when you first started posting, I could see the difference. Because I pretty much recognize all your guys' art just from your styles, and I remember, like, what they looked like when you first posted it, and you guys have improved a bunch, which is awesome. That's what I like to hear and see, baby. What more could a doodle lady ask for? I also hate doing art for other artists. I'll be honest, the only art I do for other real artists is pretty much for you guys. Um I'll do it for other genre artists, like musicians and stuff, but again, I think it's because I never had art friends, so I never did like art trades or anything like that, you know. Welcome back, Master. You love the boot, thank you. I needed to hear that, thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, you're right, Xenomez. You are absolutely right. I've always had a habit of getting a little lost in details personally. I have, and this kind of goes with anything in my life, not just art. I have a hard time, like, I get fixated on little tiny things instead of like stepping back and seeing the big picture. And that's why different types of art can be difficult for me. I think it was like Pink Fox said, like, don't zoom in on your drawing too much, so it'll help you not do that as much. So you could try that if that's a problem for you. For me, it was more like I had to force myself in order to be able to get the commissions done, because I was like swamped with commissions for a few years there, back when I did them a lot. And I just had to, like, I didn't have a choice but to do that in order for me to, like, actually get the work done. But it can be hard, man. Do you think if Mochi was human, she would wear glasses? Oh, yeah, I think she would, because she's cross-eyed. So she would need... She doesn't have very good vision in real life. So I do think, oh, she'd be so cute with little spectacles. What kind of glasses do you think she would wear? Like the big round ones? Or like a smart person, you know? With like the thick black rims and they're all square? Yeah, I keep working on the left too much. Yeah, so I think maybe next week, I gave it pretty much a full week on the software. I think next week I'll try doing the stream on the phone again and see, it'll like show on my statistics the difference, and I think that'll be a good test. And we will see. What do you guys prefer? Do you prefer watching the stream like this with the software, or do you prefer the other way where it's like my phone and you can see my hand? And this is just for TikTok people, obviously. Purple App and all, you get the good software all the time. Dang, I swear I left for like a month and so much has changed. What did I miss? So, Mo, what you mean so much has changed? Like in the Doodle Club? I mean, we're infinitely cooler than we ever were, that's for sure. We find new ways of being the coolest kids ever. Alright, I swear I'm almost done with these boots. I swear. I will move on, I promise. Another reason why commissions take a long time. Alright, you know what? I'm gonna leave it like that. We gotta move on. Let's do anything else than these boots. Alright. So we might go ahead and start doing the galaxy. Let me see if there's anything else. Rendering, as you would call it. What can we do? I might give a little bit more detail to the shorts. I don't like how flat it looks. Try giving it a little bit more thinness going on here. Actually, it's probably too much. Let's try that. See if this looks better. Whoa, we about to get crunk in here with this music. Ain't nobody falling asleep now. Clothing creases used to be the absolute hardest thing in the world for me. Not to say it's easy now, but I remember it being so difficult. And then one day I just kind of figured it out. And it's never easy, but it actually makes some sense to me now, thank goodness. I remember seeing people do like crazy ruffles and stuff on their art. I was just like, how on God's good earth? I'm talking to you, gods. How do people do it? I think it's just one of those, you gotta just keep practicing over and over again until it finally clicks in your brain, you know? A lot of things with art, it's like, you just keep practicing and eventually your brain will just kind of, like, fully, because your brain's kind of like clocking it the more you do it, and it's kind of like learning it slowly as you go. So that's why it's like practice, 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 you know what I mean? And then eventually, without you realizing it, your brain is kind of like, oh, I remember what that looks like now. I can do that, finally. I'm trying to think if there's something else. That hands are always a struggle, but I definitely reached a point where they made a lot more sense. But certainly it's not easy. Hands are just like the final boss in art, I swear. And I need a little bit of depth on this right here too, because that ain't right. Like I said, when you're working on a commission, I recommend, if you want like this kind of style, if you're doing like a really cartoony style or whatever, don't worry about this. But if you want it more like this, be sure to pay attention to little details like this. Like a little like edge to the clothes can make a huge difference. It doesn't seem like it because it's so small, but when you zoom out and see the whole picture, all of those little details kind of come together and can really bring your art to like I want to say better level, but that's not right. Urkel Mochi, what? I have 4 commissions for the same artist. So another artist commissioned you for your pixel art, little dudes? That's pretty cool. Okay. Are they being really like nitpicky about what they want, or what do you hate about it? Years later, we're on the boots. I'm saying, dude. Again, I'm not a perfectionist in any element of my life, but like, I guess because it's somebody's paying me for these kind of things, I get that way. But it doesn't come from a perfectionist place. It comes from like a people pleaser place. Like, I had the audacity to take their money for this, so I better make sure it's perfect for them. Again, not the best business strategy, I'll be honest, but can't help it. Especially after seeing my old art. Oh, pains me. So yeah, little things like this can be incredibly tedious, but they can make a big difference in the overall drawing if you take the time to do it. But again, like I said, you have to take the time to do it. And if this was just for me, this isn't really for me, but like, if I was just doing a drawing strictly for myself, I wouldn't bother doing all of this, if I'm honest. I hate drawing clothes. They can be so difficult sometimes. You are lost in the sauce with the... I am, dude! I pulled myself out, though. We're free. I could have been there for the rest of my life, but I pulled myself out. Are you proud? got out of there before we got too deep. Okay, now it looks more like proper shorts. I don't super love it. Like another crease, like right here. Wait, what happened? Help the way I gasped, bro. My bi panic came on. Soft, I'm like shocked, bamboozled for real. What happened? Fell asleep. This is my soul talking. Dude, I put on the excited music. You gotta wake up. I'll be honest, I don't really like this music. I'm sorry. It is upbeat and we love that, but I don't like it. Let's try going back to like the cutesy music. Comfy, but that might be too slow. Cute. Okay, let's try this. Doesn't say copyright free though. Okay, let's try this one. Chill. Ugh, it's chill though. Can't they have like upbeat chill music? Pop songs? No. Lo-fi. Ugh. Background music for gaming. Let's try this one. Let's see what happens. When you feel it's hopeless, when you think that you lost, oh, I will take your hand and we'll rise up from the dust. Oh, I'll commission you to draw 100 hands. Listen, times are hard, so I would accept it, but it would be a bad time. This feels like the standards are a little higher. I mean, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Making pumpkin mochi with oh goodness. Oh, I would love it so much, Tangerine. You have no idea how much I would love it. My little mochi and a pumpkin. Oh, because she's a little pumpkin. Oh, I love it. For the love of God, post a picture when you do it. The art, I was shocked. I swear last time I saw your art, it was silly doodles, but oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, so I don't, this is like how I do like commission work. Pretty much. I do it like this for stream just so that we can actually get something done because you can see how long this is taking. You know what I mean? That's why we work on this on like the weekends, this kind of thing. But yeah, usually like these are what all my sketches look like, and then I would do everything else to make it look all fancy and nice for people if they order from me. You know what I mean? Gotta put in that work and detail work for the paid customers, you know what I mean? They don't love it, I will cry and cry. Come on, computer, you can do it. Thank you. Computers be difficult today. If you run out of space, I might need to do a disk cleanup or something. I'm sorry, I gotta tilt it. I can't do things at certain angles sometimes. I hope it's not disorienting for you guys. If it is, just scream at me, okay? Alright, those look more like clothes. Not the best shorts in the world, but, you know, what are you gonna do? Can't work on this for the rest of my life. Alright, let's do the spacey goodness. Let's do the space. Actually, first, before I go crazy, I'm gonna give her some eyelashes and a light glare. You know, it's funny in anime, the way you can tell if the anime character is like unconscious or like unalive or like being mind controlled they look like this. But as soon as they become conscious again, they look like that. That's how you know. You don't have a light glare if you're unconscious. Let's do a little light glare like that, and like that, and then like that. There we go. Now she's conscious. Even if I wanted to leave IBIS paint, I can't because I have premium and I love... I mean, if it works for you, ain't no reason to leave. You know what I mean? If it works, it works. Totally not drawing much as a Humi. Oh! Oh, I would love it. Gods, I will never forget that animation you made. I will never get over it. A little twinkle on the snoot. Oh, I wasn't ready for that. The day I looked... Because I didn't, back then, I didn't do the PowerPoint yet, which I should have. It's pretty crazy to just stream that without, you know. I would take a quick peek, but, like, you know. And I was just not emotionally prepared for that little animation. I swear. Mission, dang my life, money, I need my children. Yeah. Yeah, I do offer, this isn't really a commission, but it's more for, like, I've had a couple people ask about this. Like, you want your sketch, but you don't want to wait eons because it could take forever. I do offer doing these off stream for you, and you get them in like 2 days, like real quick, if you really wanted them, for $20. Unfortunately, that's as low as I can get it. Otherwise, I won't be able to survive. But I do have that as an option, just for those people who are like, I need my doodle now. But that's the cheapest one. The other ones, you can see how long it takes, which is why it's a little more on the pricey side, unfortunately. Alright, what am I doing? Spacey stuff, right? Oh yeah, I was gonna do it. See, y'all? That medicine helps, but it ain't enough. Alright, so I'm gonna do the eyelashes on its own layer, I think. Should I? Yeah, I guess this one. I never really liked the characters, for my aesthetic, I never liked the, like, big, luscious eyelash look. You know what I mean? I don't know why. I prefer them with, like, a really subtle just a little bit, you know what I mean? Even that's like a lot for me, honestly. And eyelashes are really difficult for me for some reason. Like they never feel like they look right to me. I don't know why. This song, you've heard this song before? I've never heard any of these songs before. You guys like it? What studio are you using? Studio. Like the software, I'm using Clip Studio Paint. That one. How you doing today, Ace? Still working on this lady. We're gonna finish it though, alright? I got through the most difficult part, which is the shading and all that. Everything else shouldn't take too long, y'all, I swear. I swear. I promise. We're in the home stretch now, alright? Don't worry. And if it takes too much longer, I'll just finish it off stream, because I can't make you guys watch this much longer. Come on, baby, let me tell you one time that our days will never end, yeah. No, our days will never end, yeah. No. Come on, baby, let me tell you one time that our fire got a love between you never break apart. And we moving away to the sea. Moving away, can't you see? There won't be one more time, so we gonna do this tonight. There won't be one more time. So we gonna do this tonight. Focus, y'all. I'm trying real hard to make some progress on this today. Okay, they're not the best eyelashes in the world, but they'll do for now, alright? Alright, so we got some eyelashes. Now let's do the nebula. Although I could try a gradient map on the skin. Guys, want to try a gradient map on the skin real quick? It won't take long, I promise. Just gotta select all that. Select all of that skin. Be a little bit of a pain sometimes. Select all of that. Okay, selecting that. There we go. Did I get everything? I think so. Nope. Missed a spot. There we go. Alright. Now let's see. Let's try a gradient map. See if we like the skin tone better. Layer, do correction layer, gradient map. Alright. Ooh, that's way too light. Goodness gracious. So there's this one. We do still do doodle time. My chat's going through. I see him. I've been focused. I think I acknowledged the last one you sent. It might not have gone through if you sent another one. I think I had that software. Yeah, I've only ever really used Clip Studio, so obviously I like it, but the other ones might be better. I honestly couldn't tell you, but I've been using this software for like eons, so. I tried IBIS Paint for like a minute, and I couldn't do it. It was just too different. I really wish I had my other skin tone ones, because I don't like any of these. I think it looks better just the way I had it. Yeah, nope. How about this one? Whoa, she looks shiny. This one? No, yeah, we're just gonna leave it the way it is. That's fine. Alright, now it is space time. Let us do it. This is gonna be a little tricky. Space is not the easiest thing to draw realistically, so we're gonna see what happens, okay? Dude, the computer is fighting me today on everything. Alright. I need to look up some pictures in space. Let's see, what can we find? I was thinking about doing commissions and I really want to, but I can only do silly doodles and I don't really have any money accounts, but I would like to do it for free. But IDK, I mean, I'm sure if you want to do it for free, there's going to be endless people willing to take you up on that. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's always worth a try. I would recommend, you got to have lots of examples of what you would do. That's kind of why I'm doing this one right here as an example to show what it would look like right now when I do it. If you could find like a shtick that people would like a cartoon version of someone's pet or something like that. I mean, you can find a way to do it. You know what I mean? My market ended up being D&D stuff. I didn't even particularly like seek that out, but that ended up being my market because it makes sense. You know, a lot of people want a visual representation of their D&D characters. So if you could find it, I mean, that's one of the hardest parts, right? Is finding a marketable strategy. But you know, when you can do that, if you could find a way to give people something that they'd really like that they can't just get anywhere else. What's up, Mochi? You put your art on there, Ace? Excellent. That's what I like to hear. I am trying to find some nice spacey pictures here. Let's see, how can we do this? I have some like cloud brushes that might work. I think I do want to add some purple in there actually. So, might do this on another layer. The hardest part for me doing spacey stuff is like the wispy, cloudy nebula kind of thing. You know, it looks so pretty, but it can be a little hard to get it to look the way you want. At least for me, anyway. I did some like real life paintings of like galaxies and stuff, and let me tell you, that was a pain in the booty. Because I really like spacey stuff, and I think it's really pretty, so I'd love to have a nebula on my wall, but it's hard to do. So I might have made a literal pumpkin mochi. She is now a pumpkin with legs, ears, and a tail. I will still love it, I promise you. That sounds adorable. A literal pumpkin mochi. Listen, it's a mochi and a pumpkin. I don't see the problem. Okay, let's see. Do I have my cloud brushes? Let's see. I know I do on my other one, but I might not have it on this computer. Thank you for all the likes, by the way, Kaboom, and thank you for the repost, Mochi. So you like this music, Master? What about the rest of you guys? Do you like this type of music that I'm playing? It seems like you guys do. Keep us from falling asleep, that's for sure. Okay, I don't think I have the... No, wait. I might. See, this is a hard part. Figuring out how to make it look natural, you know what I mean? It's looking okay so far. It's looking nebula-ish, you know? Okay, I think. Thank you for the repost, Kaboom. I appreciate it. Okay. So we're gonna do this and then we'll call it a night. It's really slow today. This song got pretty exciting. Okay. Alright, so we gotta have some stars. Figure those to sell. League. You know what I might do too? I might do a glow layer. It can really stand out. Yeah. Not do the constellations. I kind of like it looking realistic. You know what I'm saying? You like it? That's good. Like I said, spacey stuff is not easy for me, so I'm glad it's looking okay. We could actually go on top of this with the gradient map, and it would give us a different range of colors. Come on, computer. It's not too bad, not too bad. Looking spacey, that's the goal. Some areas just a tad bit darker. Okay, alright. Now we need some twinkly stars. Why did you change when I did that? What's happening here? Why do you change? See, it's a very subtle difference, but it's weird. Alright, anyway, twinkles. Let's see, I should have some sparkle brushes in here. When I learned that stars don't actually look like the little twinkle, like how we draw like stars like this. They don't actually look like that. I was devastated. Apparently that's just like how the picture reads it, because they're not really seeing like a circle for a star. They're just seeing a point of light, and the cross is just kind of there to show where it would be. I don't know if I'm explaining that even remotely right, but there's like a reason or something, you know? I thought they just looked like beautiful twinkling twinklers. Too big. There we go. I'm gonna get some little twinkles in there. And the trick with making stuff like this goes with freckles too. Make sure that your dots, like your stars or your freckles, are not evenly distributed. You want it to look like some are clustered together, some are far apart. I've seen people do that where they try to do like freckles and like but we have a habit of wanting to organize things, so we like evenly space them on the face, and that makes it look very inorganic. So make sure like wherever you put the dots are very messy and like not evenly spaced, and that'll help a lot. Jelly, you're able to do it. You could do it, Boop. It's just a bunch of brushes, you know. It was hard to learn. I remember trying to do a spacey thing when I first got the software, and I just couldn't do it. But if you can get some like cloud brushes and then some twinkle brushes, that's all you need. Still here. By the way, I'm still working on the Totally Not Human mochi. Oh, I can't wait. You guys are spoiling me today. Good golly. Oh, no. Should I do a constellation? What do you think? Should I do that, or you think it looks better like this? I haven't decided yet. I do like this kind of thing, you know? Maybe not. You like the constellation? Do you like that? Boom likes the constellation. Okay. I feel like the constellation gives it more of like the what's it called? Like mage look, you know what I mean? Does that make sense? By the way, have you ever looked up what the constellations are supposed to be? It'll be like, this one's a lion, and it literally looks like this right here. Like, how is that a lion? I love spacey stuff, but they were tripping when they came up with those constellations, I'm gonna be honest. I don't like that one. Alright, we got some constellations in there. What do we think? Do we like the cape? Do we do it? I think it turned out okay. Could have definitely been worse. I might find a way to kind of make it glow a little bit too. Give it a little bit more of a magic effect. But I'm not sure exactly how to do that. You like it, Master? There we go. Kaboom likes it. Sweet. Alright. Let's see. What can we do now? Might give the hair like 2 tones too, you know, make her a little bit more exciting. Let's see, how can we do that? I'm gonna try something. Don't panic, okay? I have a process I got in my brain. We'll see if it happens or not. Who knows? Whip. This is supposed to be a rainbow, but it just turns into one color. Interesting. This one, yeah, this one, this one, this one. Maybe that one. So this is supposed to be multicolored, but I think the problem why it's only giving me one color is because, well, you know what? I think I might be on the wrong layer. That's what's going on. Let me try that again. One more time. One more time. Let's try that again. Okay, that's making more sense here. How about this? Well... Okay, I'm gonna try that. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get rid of some of this. And we're gonna see if we like that or not. So it's just kind of the edges. You know what I'm saying? But now I kind of like that, honestly. Maybe I could just kind of give it like a little bit of a glow. You know what I mean? Like it's still dark, but it'll have like the highlights with the color. You know what I'm saying? Welcome back, Fabian. I don't know how I feel about that. Might be too much happening, you know what I mean? You already got the exciting cape. I do want to try to make the cape a little bit more saturated, though. We could change the color entirely. It's kind of fun. You posted it in there? Oh, I can't wait. Oh, I can't wait. My little pumpkin mood. Okay, it's looking alright. It's looking okay. I guess that's alright. I think we'll leave it at that for now. We did the space thing. That's the part I was most worried about. So it's looking acceptable in terms of the spacey cloak business. Alright, doodlers, so do you want to do doodle time? You ready for some doodle time? It is very slow tonight. So if you wanted, we could wait until next time. But otherwise, I got it ready. It's up to you guys. I know some of you guys would prefer for it to be more active so more people can see it. Damien doesn't want it today. God wants it today. Okay, who else? Got any votes? Got one for yay, one for nay. Is that a yay? Alright, so Master said yay. Zeno said yay. Alright, it looks like it's probably gonna be a yay then. Whoop, yeah. Alright, we'll do doodle time. What Jay do? Jay? Hello? Rucker do? I don't know. What do Rucker do? Alright, let me pull it up, baby. Let's doodle time. Boom. Alright. Just a couple doodles today. More than I expected, considering it's just from yesterday. Doodlers always deliver. Alright, so let me pull the chats where I can still see them. Put you over here. There we go. Perfect. And then we're gonna put the YT chat over here. There we go. Now we can do the doodle time. Alright, pull that up. Boom. Get rid of that. There we go. Boom. Alright, let's do it, baby. Let's see what we got. A doodle time. Boom. Get ready. Now, if you're on the phone, I recommend turning your phone landscape mode so you can see the whole drawing. It's going to be cut off otherwise. First, we got some good old-fashioned doodles from Gods. It's been ages. That looks awesome, Gods. Is this a new character of yours? Gods has some of the most creative designs, I swear. Some of the most, like, unique doodles I've done for doodle requests are for Gods, I gotta say. You got a creative little mind there, Gods. Thank you, Gods. Thank you for sharing. Oh, that's your new persona. Ooh, that's a good one. If you can ever do like a what's it called? Avatar thing for like a stream, that would be a great one. Boo! Gorgeous. Are you finished with this one or are you still working on that one? Because I see you with your hatching there. Are you gonna color it and all that stuff? That look gorgeous. Thank you, Bill. Thank you for sharing. And then we got Kaboom, the master at Sonic Doodles. The absolute Sonic Doodle master. I'm telling y'all, look at this. Tell me you couldn't see this right out of like an official Sonic comic or something. And the hatching. Goodness gracious. Come on now. Come on now. Thank you, Kaboob. Always supplies us. Let's see who we got next. We got Master. Oh yeah, so I'm trying to do it to where if you guys do multiple versions, I can put out on the same thing so we can really appreciate the before and after. Check that out. I do love that kind of thing. Oh, is this a OC of yours, the Pumpkinhead one? Because he's a good character, I gotta say. It's a good design. And then we got Aiden Solsen. Is that an anime dude I should know? Seems like a pretty boy. Ooh. That looks like an OC too. That looks awesome. Does it have a name? Jiki Jiki? Let's get in One Piece vibe. Ooh, look at that. Goodness, that's gorgeous. Dang, I see you with the background and all. Y'all, thank you, Master. That's gorgeous. And we get in the Halloween vibe, too. You know I love me a vibe. A festivity. Damien! We got some more spooky art. Let's see, we got Fritz, Igor, and then Carr. On a Liver Automotive Revival. That's awesome. Thank you, Fabian. You're gonna have a whole society by the time Halloween comes around. Personal driver. Oh, okay. I see personal driver. There we go. And that's it, Doodlers. We did it. We did the doodles. Alright, Doodlers. I will be back on Tuesday with more doodles. But thanks for watching today. You guys have a good weekend. You doodle it up in my absence, okay? And I cannot wait to see the mochis. Oh my god, I'm so excited. Alright, Doodlers. We'll see you next time, okay? See you later. Goodbye. And goodbye, Twitch and YouTube Doodlers. See you later.